Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My pillow in the back. Janky. Okay, it's just gonna have to stay like that. Like I said, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is AJ, and today I will be recapping 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, Episode 11, called Three's a Party. So, I have recapped other episodes. They will be in the eye. They will be on my channel, so be sure to check out my channel. I have recapped other shows as well. What kind of one? Bell Collective. If you haven't seen it, you should be watching it. I really like it. But yes, please keep watching to see or hear, see and hear. Duh, it's a video. I don't mean duh to you. I mean duh to me. That's what I say to myself when I'm like, hello, get it together. Anyway, please keep watching this video to hear my thoughts on episode 11. Okay, keep watching. Thanks. Okay, so I do this all the time. Our first couple is Mike and Natalie, and last episode they had just gone to the counseling session and they realized that they were not in love with each other anymore, which was a big realization. You know, it took you, what was it, like 2 months almost to get to that realization, or get to that realization is the word I'm thinking of, that you guys aren't in the same place. I mean, I think as we're watching we can tell that. I mean, they were taking, well, mostly Natalie, but she was taking low blows to Mike with her comments, and then Mike, I cannot say this enough, he just keeps saying we need to work on things, we need to work on things, and then it seems like he does not work on things. So I mean, you could tell that their relationship wasn't where it needs to be to get married. You know what I'm saying? So Natalie, I don't know if you ever watched the reunion special for when they were last on the show, and I can't remember exactly what season that was. It was before the 90 days, I believe. It has to be. Natalie said that Mike was in his best friend's wedding. He was like the best man for his friend Sarah. And the night before the wedding, they were supposed to hang out at Sarah's house with her husband, and her husband ended up not being there, so Mike just slept on the couch. And basically Natalie accused him of cheating, and we heard a little bit more about the situation where she said that he woke up and he was naked. He said or half naked. He said he was not. And she said that she can hear in the background his friend Sarah saying, "Oh, I'm about to take a shower." Natalie decided to she feels like this is the stem of everything that's happening. You know, she feels like this is the reason why they can't move forward. So she decides to meet with a counselor over Skype, and she kind of relays everything that's going on. And the counselor basically tells her, in order to move forward, you have to, talk this out. And she realizes that. And she goes to talk it out with Mike, and it does not go well. She's calling him a cheater and a liar, and he's like, "No, I'm not." Let me see if I have exactly what I wrote down. I take notes. He was having this conversation with the Bluetooth in his ear again. That man must be always waiting for a call. But one thing that she said is, she said she's not jealous, right? And then, like, in the same breath, she says her ex-husband never gave her a reason to be jealous. So, Natalie, I think that means that you are jealous. You're just saying that in your previous relationship, you never had a reason to be jealous. And Mike is he's like, "I have never cheated. Sarah's just a friend. We're like brother and sister." And she is not having any of it. And Mike actually also points out a way that he knows she is jealous is because he can't order food from a waitress, because according to him, Natalie chews him out like once they leave the restaurant. So I mean, I feel like that's why, um, you know, she can't move past it, is because she said she just wants Mike to be forthcoming and tell her that he did something, and he's adamant that I didn't do anything. So I I can see why, you know, and he, Jesus, couple. Sorry, I keep sniffing, allergies. Um, but she also points out that she's more beautiful than Mike, and Mike is like, you're not beautiful, or your insides don't match your beauty, or something to that event, maybe to see like she's ugly inside. Um, but once again, they went for a low blow. I just, how do you resolve these issues within 30 days? And not just 30 days, but you also don't have anything planned for a wedding. So how are you going to resolve these issues in time for a wedding? I don't I don't see how that's going to happen. I guess we have to wait for next episodes to kind of see where they go from here, but it's like they they don't seem to have respect for each other. They both have trust issues, because while she is still harping on the cheating thing, Mike also admits that he's still upset about her giving back the ring. So they don't trust each other at all. Um, and then she kind of points um, back to Michael with the ring situation. Um, he tells her in another segment that he's not ready to give the ring back, and he says we're not even engaged. And obviously in Natalie's head, she thought that they were engaged, but she just didn't have a ring. So for him to reveal that, it was really like a mind blow for her, to be like, wow, you don't even consider us engaged at all. And then she kind of mentions like, I've been cooking, I've been cleaning, we've been together, you know, I'm doing all these wifely duties, and you don't even consider us engaged. Like, what is happening? I mean, and he's like, I never expected you to do those things. And she's like, why did you have me come? You know? And it's so true. I mean, we could tell on his face from the episodes that he really didn't want her there, but why didn't he communicate that to her of, I don't want you to come until we fix these issues? Come on now, Mike. She was obviously under the impression that y'all were on some good of a plane for her to come. You know, why would you have her uproot her life if you didn't even consider you guys to be engaged at all? I don't know. I know at the beginning we kind of saw Natalie in this one way, but I'm starting, especially a couple episodes back. I know that she hits like below the belt, but I'm starting to realize that there's a lot more going on with Natalie and than just what's at the surface. So I understand, you know, I can see why she does the things that she does, and I feel bad for her at the end of the day, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, she's in a tough place, like between a rock and a hard place is what they say. So yeah, next episode we'll see what happens. I don't know how you come back. It's like every episode they have a fight, and it's like, I don't know how you come back from this. And that's exactly what I feel like with this. Like, y'all are on two different planes. How do you recover from this? How do you get back from this? So guess we'll see. Okay, so for Ryan, not Ryan, Rebecca and Zied. Last episode, Hannah was there, and Hannah offered to help Zied move his stuff, and Rebecca didn't like that. She got jealous. So in this episode, Rebecca says like, oh, the drama from last night carried over to this morning, and Zied looked completely oblivious. He was like, what drama? What's going on? I feel like we're fine. But yeah, in this episode, Rebecca and Zied are going to go meet her son. And y'all, her son is so nice. It was a much different experience than meeting her daughter. Her son is like 2 years, or Zied is like 2 years older than his son, I think. And her son is like, I don't know if he's married, but he's in a relationship with kids. And so Rebecca's a grandma. I don't know we've known, maybe we didn't know that. But Ziad is very happy about his role as grandpa. He was like, they had a little baby and an older son, and he was like playing with the older son with baseball or with football, it was football, and soccer, and they were calling him like Papa Ziad, and he was really happy. Her son just seemed a lot more accepting of the situation. He said that Ziad was like a little bit awkward, but he kind of, and I wish her daughter had seen this, but he attributed it. He said it was because Ziad had just gotten there, which is true. Like, he's meeting you for the first time. He's in a completely different country. Of course, he's going to have awkward tendencies. He doesn't really know anyone, you know? And I like that he extended that courtesy to him to be like, let me get to know him first before I just judge him based off of everything else. But yeah, her son was really nice. His girlfriend or wife was also very nice. She brought up the issue of kids, though. I guess she saw Ziad interacting with her children, and she was like, "You don't want kids." And Ziad was like, "No, I don't want kids. You know, I'm very happy just being an uncle, now being a grandfather." You know, he finds it funny, and he even said, you know, "I like it. This is my life." And he's like, "I really like it." And Rebecca points out that they have actually talked extensively about the whole children situation. She was like, "I made sure he knew, you know, we cannot have children. If you're with me, we cannot have children." And he seemed at peace with that. He was like, "I'm here for you, you know?" And he's like, "I'm very happy just being an uncle or being Papa Ziad." And he really did look excited about meeting her grandchildren and stuff like that. He's really good with kids, you know? And yeah, y'all, I really like Ziad. I hope that they make it. I think he's definitely softened. I mean, I feel like last time when they did Before the 90 Days, he kind of got like a rough edit and they made him seem a little bit tough and harsh, and we're kind of seeing another side to Ziad where he's actually soft and gentle. So I like these two, you know. I'm rooting for you. I think that's pretty much all that happened with them. Oh, yeah, that's all that happened with them. Sorry. Bye. So Jovi and Yara, the last episode we're seeing them like arrive to the engagement party, and like I had said, Jovi's mom was like, "Oh, it's a small," well, she relayed to Yara that it's a small party, and then in reality it's like 50 to 60 people. On their way, I don't think I talked about this, but on their way to the party, Yara once again brought up Jovi's drinking. He literally had a koozie in his hand as they were talking about this. She feels like Jovi is not really tentative to her. She's like, "I'm pregnant, I'm in a new place, like I need support." Especially, you have to remember the lingering thing of, I lost the baby last time. She had a miscarriage last time. So, you know, her emotions are definitely heightened, not just because of the pregnancy, but because of, I'm sure, her miscarriage on top of that. So, and of course, Jovi tries to play it off like we're fine. Cut to the party. I swear every time you saw Jovi, except for when they were dancing, he had a koozie in his hand. And you know what a koozie, you use a koozie, well, we know what Jovi was using this koozie for. Even when they were dancing, I don't know, the party just went left is what I'm trying to say. Like, well, positive, they told his parents that she was pregnant, and his mom was really excited. His dad was hesitant, I guess is what I would say about his dad. His dad is not too keen on Yara yet. But Yara was very upset with Jovi because she's like, "I don't know anyone at the party." And Jovi kept going off with his friends. And his excuse later on was you were talking to people, so I figured you were fine. Okay. Yara once again talked to Jovi about his drinking outside. She even talked to his friends about it, and his friends agreed with her. But when they were dancing and stuff like that, she was calling him so many names. She was saying, "I hate you," like all the time. Then she called him you bitch. She was not having a fun time at the party, and like I said, she broke down again because she finally related to Jovi and that she wasn't having a good time. And he's like, "What are you talking about? We're having a great time." And his eyes were red. You could tell that he wasn't sober, is what I would say about it. But I don't know if it's editing, like this is a storyline that they're doing, but I can't blame it all on editing if you actually see footage of, every single time Jovi has some kind of drink in his hand. I can't really say that that is footage, or that is editing. It's footage. At the end of the day, Jovi needs to support Yara. I don't know how many times she can tell him, "I need support. I need you to be here. I don't know anyone. I need you to stick with me." And he's not listening. And it doesn't help that when these things are happening, he's not sober, or not completely sober, I would say. So I get Yara, she's in a different place. She's now pregnant. She needs her partner, and he's not there. If he's away at work, or if he's here, he's doing something else. Like, support your lady. She needs it. Step up. I always do this. Anyway, so I don't know if you recall in the last episode, we kind of saw that a big explosive fight happened with Ryan and Stephanie. And we find out the reason this episode. And basically what happened was Ryan didn't use a condom when Stephanie specifically told him we need to. And obviously that's something to be furious about. They both said that on trips before they had never used condoms, but Stephanie mentions that she didn't trust him, and that they had never gone 10 months without seeing each other. So that played into the not trusting him part. And so she specifically asked him, "Hey, I need you to use a condom." And she said she actually heard him go into the nightstand. She heard the wrapper, and he still didn't use it. So she felt, rightly so, like, "Hey, this isn't right. You need to get out." And that's where the explosive fight happened. And she said that it's over. She said she's not taking him back. She was worried that he stole his mother's ring, but he didn't. So, and then she calls him later to thank him for not stealing his stuff. Not stealing her mother's ring. And she told him that she's going to find some other cabana boy and give all of his stuff to. And then it kind of seems like she's trying to do that, because later on we see, I hope I'm not jumping the gun. I don't think I am. Later on we see that, I might be jumping the gun. I don't know. Sometimes I don't take accurate notes. I might be spoiling. Spoiler alert. Later on we see that Harris is calling. I really didn't write this down. I thought I wrote it down somewhere. It's not, yeah. But later on we see that Harris is calling. So, yeah. Guess she's going back to the cousin. To say that that is messed up is an understatement, but I guess when you're hurt, you're hurt. So, yeah. They're over, y'all. They're over. For good, according to her. She even took the flowers and the balloon that he had given her at the airport and, like, stabbed the balloon to make it pop and stuff. she's done, y'all. She killed the balloon and flowers. She's over with. So yeah, and rightly so. Like, that is, don't do that. Okay, I found my notes. I knew I wrote this down, but I put it under the wrong person. Yeah, so like I was saying, I did not spoil it. Basically what happened in this episode was Harris ended up calling. I don't know if it was Harris, if she called Harris or Harris called her. I'm not sure. Anyway, this was after her fight with Ryan, and she got in contact with Harris, which, to be honest, to me that's a little foul, you know, but whatever. And yeah, Harris called her baby. And I guess for her, that was like the only thing she needed. And she's like on Team Harris now. She even called her psychic, Maria. And Maria's like, yeah, I think he's a much better match for you, but he might have ill intentions. And if Stephanie is listening to the psychic, shouldn't you heed the psychic's warning when she says he has ill intentions? Like, it's like she only heard the part about he's a much better match for you, and she didn't hear the part of he has ill intentions. I mean, I don't adhere to psychics, but she was giving her, like, you know, a double-edged sword here. Why wouldn't you, I don't know. Stephanie does what she wants to do, and I just don't think that it's right that, like, the next day after you getting a fight with Ryan, you go run back to his cousin. But I guess she thinks that Harris is the one for her. I don't know how those family gatherings are gonna go. And my whole thing is, what if they're playing her? I mean, Ryan said that that he doesn't talk to Harris anymore, but what if they're in it together, you know? Because if Harris is the one that reached out, how did he know? Maybe she texted him and we didn't see that part. I don't know. But, you know, you do you, Stephanie. Just be cautious, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The grass isn't always greener. So Brandon and Julia are actually not in the previous episode. But when we see them this episode, they have 65 days to wed. And Julia thinks that she might be pregnant. And Brandon's first thought is, let me tell my parents that you might be pregnant. And you can see in a confessional that Julia is like, why are we telling his parents? They're going to, like, not twist the situation, but this isn't going to help our situation. And you kind of see in them run through, like, they're terrified. Brandon's like, I don't have money for children. If we end up being pregnant, then we can't have the wedding that we want. You know, we had plans. And he's like, this is going to detour our plans and stuff like that. So they end up telling his parents. And Father Ron is like, why didn't you take a test first? And I have to agree with him. Why wouldn't you take a test rather than not just scaring yourself, but like giving yourself anxiety and then giving other people anxiety? I don't know if that was like the producers were like, hey, let's wait off on the test. Let's tell your parents and kind of see what happens first. I'm sure that's what was happening, but I would want to know right away, especially in a situation like that. Come on now. But yeah, Father Ron literally said, I appreciate the communication, but talk to me after. You know, find out first before you go and, you know, raise my blood pressure. And Brandon said something, and I'm glad his parents stood up for Julia, because Brandon was like, I keep talking to her about it, but, you know, nothing's sticking. Basically, and Julia pointed it out, she's like, he's basically blaming me for this. And his parents are like, whoa. It's two to tango. There are other things that you can take besides birth control to kind of prevent this. Don't blame it all on her. And I completely agree. Why would you blame it on her? The audacity, pretty much, to be like, it's your responsibility. Sir, if you don't get yourself together, okay? It is 2020 when this was filmed. Do your research. Come on now. Yeah, I didn't like that. That was so unnecessary. Get it together, Brandon. Anyway, so they take a test and we find out that Julia's not pregnant, and the look of relief on their face is wow. They were both like, oh, praise the Lord. Yeah. So I guess we're gonna have to figure something else out because what we were doing ain't working. But anyway, so they decide to like play a trick on his parents and kind of make it seem like they were. And Betty was looking at him and she's like, oh my gosh, no. You can see like her life flash before her eyes. Mama Betty. But Father Ron just like bypassed Brandon and he went directly to Julia. He knows Julia so well. He's like, she will never lie. She tells it like it is. And Julia was like, yeah, you're right. But I know that that was a big sigh of relief for everyone involved because they weren't ready. They really weren't. And yeah, hopefully this is a learning lesson to them. Hopefully. Learned your lesson, Brandon. I'm catching up, you guys. I'm definitely going to be 2 episodes behind once this comes out because yeah, I still have 12 to catch up on and 13, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna catch up. But thank you for listening to my recap, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. Oh my gosh, my foot fell asleep. Jeez. Sorry. Foot falling asleep is like the worst thing ever. I mean, I know it's not the worst thing, but it's so comfortable. Thank you for watching my recap. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment below. Why did I put it back in the position that it fell asleep in? But yeah, please check out my channel and subscribe to be up to date on more videos. Okay, thank you. Bye.